Good evening, everybody. I will be with you in just a moment, putting up the particulars on Twitter that I didn't catch until it was too late. Okay, stand by a little bit longer, folks. We will be with you in a little bit. We have a couple of good heavy middleweight fights coming tonight. And I am just going to make this post on Twitter here before it is too late. So they could tune in live. We are only going to be on tonight the Facebook group and on YouTube because if you play a little more obscure game on Twitch, they don't want you around. But if I play OOTP and if I play Franchise Hockey Manager, they want me around, but for this, no. So you would stand by for just a little bit longer, and I thank you for your forbearance and patience. And it looks like I lost the. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay, folks, just bear with me another moment. Sometimes you think you're ready to get started, and you're not. And we will be underway shortly. I know time's a wasting. 2 minutes and 35 seconds into this stream, and I haven't done anything yet. But we're about to, like right now. Good evening, everybody. This is Big Pauly coming to you, and you're seeing my little game board here as we get ready to do a couple of fights in the middleweight division, the bronze tier, what I like to call Group 3. A couple of guys with their first fights. In the first fight, we're going to have Tony Sibson, the wonder from Great Britain, facing Jeff Clark, the Joplin Ghost, in a 10-round middleweight fight. Could go 10, could go a little less than 10, you never know. Sibson, 37. Let me just double check here. 55, 7-1, and I am going to put on some glasses to make sure I do not make any future mistakes. 55, 7-1. I was just doing a little homework before coming on air tonight, and I was watching his 1983 fight at the Worcester Centrum with Marvin Hagler, and he held up with Hagler pretty well, but he started to get busted up by rounds 4, 5, and 6, and Hagler stopped him in that fight February 11, 1983, and I watched somebody who we're going to have in the second fight right after this one. So let's go over the stats as you see where I am on Twitter and Facebook and Twitch, even though I'm not on a Twitch stream tonight. Thank you for all of you who are tuning in, past and present, and future. We have over 130 subscribers, I noticed. I didn't know that until Rob told me that last night. Thank you very much to Rob, ! For having me on the chat with him last night after I did some Franchise Hockey Manager. And we'll get to the particulars on the fighters, kind of like they do in real life, before we do this first fight. It is a 10-round fight in the middleweight division. Tony Sibson, 55, 7-1, 31 knockouts. Great fighter from the United Kingdom. His power ranking is 4, 6 when the opponent is hurt. Goes down to 1 and 2 when he is hurt. His chin KD, 4. But if you get a 5 or a 6 on him, you hurt him. And when he is hurt, that goes up to 5 and 7. His chin KO ranking is 4, 6 when he is fatigued. His will is 5 and 7. His cut rating is 12. He's a bit of a bleeder. And his foul ranking is a 5. And his starting stamina of the fight will be 70. And this is a 10-rounder, mind you. And we'll look at his inside-outside range. His inside range, he's a banger. He's a 51. You get a 1 to 51, you're going to score a punch or 2 or 5. And his outside range is 42. On defense, 1 to 4. We look and see whether or not one of the punches come off or one of the punches is added on. And he can throw a counter with a D20 of 6 or less. His opponent tonight, Jeff Clark, who fought in many divisions in his career. 129 wins, 40 losses, 21 draws, 71 wins by way of knockout. He is a 6-star fighter, by the way, and Sibson is also a 6. We'll go through the numbers on Clark. He's got 3/4 power. So 3 normally, 4 if he had stunned his opponent. 1 and a 2 is his power ranking when fatigued. Chin KD, 4 and 6, 6 and 9 when fatigued. Chin KO is a 4, 5 when fatigued. His will is a 5, 7 when he's hurt. He's fatigued, I beg your pardon. His cut ranking is an 8, so we'll probably see a little bit of the claret flow tonight. And his foul number is a 6. Anything 1 to 6, it's a foul. His inside range, 50. Let me see here again. That is correct, 54. He's a banger. And outside his range is 45. 1 to 5 on the defense, we check his defense. 1 to 5 on the counters, we check his counters. So this will be an interesting matchup. And I don't be so sure Sibson's going to win this fight. And we will bring up our superimposements, and we are going to let this fight begin. Off we go. As I double check one more thing before I read the numbers. And here we go. First round of a scheduled 10. 4 and a 5 are the initial numbers. 4 and a 5. It's Clark on the outside, and he will be the only one firing here. It's a 5. A 5 outside is good. Okay, it's good for 4. So it's 4 punches landed for Clark. And we look at the counter numbers, and we see nothing here that warrants any further look at. So this is the first round of a 10-round fight. And if you look real close on the lower right part of the screen, above the numbers, you'll see the round and you'll see the time left in the round. So we go to our next segment, 3 and a 4 this time. I see a lot of low numbers, and that's usually it's a good thing. Toe-to-toe exchange, and with Clark firing the first shot, he gets to go first on a toe-to-toe exchange. It's a 4 outside, it's 6. It is a 6 on the outside. Good for 4 more to get him to 8. And we take a look at Sibson, a 3 outside, 48. 48 is a miss. So on to the next segment with Clark up 8 punches to none. 5 and a 2, 5 and a 2 in the third segment of this very first round. A round Clark has done well in so far. It's Sibson who will go, and he throws a 3 outside. That will be good. Let me double check here. Yes, for 4. So he cuts the punch total in half, and we look at a cut check here because a 19 was dispensed. And we look at the cut number. It is 12. The range on Clark is 8, so no cut. And on we go. 5 and a 5. 5's wild in this fourth segment of round 1. The 5 and the 5 makes it toe-to-toe. Sibson goes first because he got the last shots in. 5 and a 5, a 61 outside will be a miss. We'll look at Clark. A 5 on the outside on his card is a 10. 4 more punches landed, so these guys banging away. And nothing on the D20s. We move on to the 140 mark of round number 1. 5 and a 2. It'll be Sibson in control. He's on the outside. 65 is another miss. And we'll look at the 6. Does Clark have a counter? He does not. Just misses. He would have had a counter on a 5 or less. Nothing happening that segment. 4 and a 2. By the way, our referee for this fight tonight is Mr. Green, whose first name has escaped me for a moment. So allow me to double check and make sure this is accurate. Let me call up the right folder. That would always help. Sorry, folks. But errors are going to occur when errors are going to occur. And your referee tonight is Mark Green. I wanted to say Mike Green, so I'm glad I didn't say that, and I double checked it. So all is well. On to our next segment. 4 and a 2. 4 and a 2 with 120 now left in the first. And this is going to be Sibson inside, and as we mentioned before, he could bang away inside. The 48 is going to be good for 2. That gets him to 6 punches landed on a round, but Clark's still leading with 12. We'll check the defense real fast on Clark because I see a 6, and he only goes up to 5 in terms of what we need to look for on a D20. So we go to the last 3 segments of the first round. Hope you all are doing well. If you're just tuning in, we're doing 2 fights, one after the other. And it's Clark inside, 84. He is in control. And we have a clinch. To the next to last segment. And we have the home run punch. The homebrew rule of a home run punch. And it will be thrown because it's a toe-to-toe exchange. Sibson goes first. A 15. A 15 on the inside. Good for 3. It's 12-9 now. So he kicks a field goal. That is, if, a British fighter from the 1980s would know about American football. On the outside, it's 5 punches landed for Clark to get him to 17. And because a 0 was on the D100, my homebrew rule is if a 0 comes up and the punch successfully lands, it's an automatic chin check, which we are going to do now. The chin KD a 4, 6 if he's hurt. The chin KD is a 4, and Sibson is down. Sibson down for the first time in the fight, which we will so mark on our sheet. And I put the KD in Clark's column. 1 I have underneath KD for this round. Now, does Sibson get up? He does. He's okay. It was a 14. The chin KO on Clark is 4. So, an uncontested action here. Last segment of the round. We'll see if Clark can finish it off right here. It's going to be a 25. 25 inside. Good for 3. We'll have a will check coming as Clark gets to 20. We will take a look first, and we're going to use the J1 number of 6. I will look at the will ranking. It is 5. Sibson just survives the first round. Ding, ding, ding. And that is your round. It was 20-9 in favor of Clark. So punches landed 9 for Sibson, 20 for Clark, and we know the result already of this round because a knockdown was scored. 11 punch margin. I will just double check. Yes, indeed. That was a 10-8 round across the board. Using the Excel score sheet for the first fight, and I will do the second fight between Fullmer and Hudkins by hand. I have score sheets standing by for that when we get to it. Now, if I had fought it through, I would have done the first fight by hand and used the Excel for the second fight, but I didn't think of that. So I will drop by the chat, say hello to SDG Replays. How are you, sir? Thank you for dropping by. Pull up a chair. We're going to do 2 fights. We just completed the first round of the first fight. This is Tody Sibson and Chef Clark. And we are resetting the board, and we are going to go to round 2. Next round, and I do a fresh roll. Every time I use a number, I'll always do a fresh roll. And we start the second round. Clark will be in control to initiate the round. 3 and a 3. It's an inside 65. An inside 65. That does not land, despite a pretty good range inside for Clark. And we check the other numbers. Nothing happens. We go to the next segment. 3 and a 5. 3 and a 5. And it is on the outside. A 13. A 13 looks like a 3-point shot. No pun intended, the basketball. For Clark, that gets him to 3. And no counters for Sibson. This is kind of what happened to Sibson as I was just watching the fight with Hagler, where he gets banged up inside and he kind of wilts. 3 and a 3. Clark in control. 2 stars on the inside to none for Sibson. It is a 37 inside. The 37. Aha! 2 more punches land, and Sibson might be in trouble. No, the D20 is a 6, and Clark's is at 3. But we could look at the defense, and that adds 1 more punch. So it's now 6-0. And remember, should we go through the entire round without Sibson landing a shot, it's an automatic win of the round for Clark. The Joplin Ghost. 3 and a 3. 3 and a 3. And I believe we just did this. Yes. 27 inside. The 27 inside is going to be good for 3 more punches landed. It's up to 9 now for Clark. And a cut check coming with the 19 being rolled. Okay, the 7 doesn't come into play because we'll look at the cut number. The cut number is 10. It is 10. That is under the 12. So we will look to see what kind of cut Sibson has. Swelling on the left eye. Swelling on the left eye. That is not an immediate check for a stoppage. That would have to come up again 2 more times before we look at the stoppage. The word you don't want to hear is a gash on either the left eye or the right eye, because if that were to happen, then you would start to look at an immediate stoppage. We just had that in the Barney Ross-Carmen Basilio fight. 4 and a 4. We are now down to 1:40 in round number 2. 4 and a 4. 24 is the number we're looking for. 24 is a good shot by Simpson. 3 punches land. We look at the 5. There's the 5 inside his power. Oh, just misses. A 4. A 4 or less would have we would have had to do a chin check on Clark. The 10 on his D20 does not result in anything. 1 and a 6 in this next segment of the fight. 1 and a 6. I have the feeling this is not going to go 10. 22. 22 on the inside is a 3. A 3. Getting him to 12. Getting Clark to 12. And nothing to look at Simpson's card because Clark won the battle as to who was controlling that segment. And Clark is in control still. 5 and 5. 5 and 5. 5's wild. Toe-to-toe exchange. Toe-to-toe exchange. We first look at Clark's numbers, a 35 outside. And that is 2 punches landed to get to 14 punches landed in the round. Now, we look at Simpson's numbers. 5 is outside. Outside is 25. 25, he is good for 3. He has momentum now. Going to the next segment, it is still all Clark, 14 to 6. As we go into the last 2 segments of round 2. 6 and a 5. 6 and a 5. It's Clark who will fire, but it's going to be a miss. with the 79. We'll look for a counter for Sibson, but the 11 would be too high for that. Last segment, round 2. It looks like Clark's going to win this, barring a miracle. 3 and a 4. It's toe-to-toe. It will be Sibson going first with that 4. 4 on the D100. 4 is 4 more punches landing, getting to 10. And we look at Clark's number. 4 outside, 46. Just misses. So Sibson made it respectable in the last 20 seconds of the round. It will end 14-10 in favor of Clark. But at least it is not a 10-8 round Clark's way. So Sibson has that going for him. In the first 2 rounds, 34 punches landed for Clark and 19 for Sibson. Okay, so we look at the judges' numbers, the 3 bottom numbers on your screen, with a 4-punch margin. Okay. I see where we're going. We'll alert our affiliates now that should we make the halfway point of this fight, we'll take a station break, which is basically double speak for me getting in a fresh refreshment in. Okay, so the second round has been scored. 61 is the stamina left for Clark, 36 for Sibson. We reset the numbers, and Sibson will be in control. Tony Sibson. One of the great fighters out of the United Kingdom in the 70s and 80s. He defeated Alan Minter, who Marvin Hagler beat to win the title in 1980 in London, England. And they threw all kinds of bottles and projectiles at Hagler when he won the fight on a cut. So we'll get going. We'll reset. And here is round 3 for you. Ding! 2 stars on the inside for Clark, nothing for Sibson. He will go first. 48. 48 inside. Will score because Clark has exceptional range on the inside. He gets 2. And a cut check because of the 20. In fact, both dice rolls were 20. So it's a cut check. We'll look at the cut number. It's 11. And Sibson has suffered more damage. We'll go to the J1 number to adjudicate what kind of cut he has. It's a 9. Cut on the left eye. Cut on the left eye. So Sibson getting roughed up in these shades of this fight with Marvin Hagler, which I was just looking at. The HBO feed of that with... any of you remember who called 8 fights on HBO before Jim Lampley? I'll just throw that out for you. And I'll answer that at the end of this round. So the cut on the left eye requires no more action. And we will move on to our next segment. 4 and a 3 this time. 4 and a 3. We're only in the second segment of round 3. We divide the rounds into 20-second segments, and that's how we see what's going on in Glory Days boxing. A 4 and a 3. 4 and a 3. So let's see here. Clark went first, so he scored first, so he has momentum. And the 3 inside is a 44. 44 inside, good for 2 more punches landed. He's up to 4. Okay, we look at Sibson. A 4 means he threw inside 2. A 54 is a near miss. And we'll go to the next segment. 2 and a 1. 2 and a 1. Sibson in control, and that 95 only means one thing. It's a foul. And both these guys have pretty high foul rankings. The foul number is a 5 on his card, and the foul number here is a 2. So we go to the I go to the J1 when I run out of numbers. It's 15. 15 is holding. So referee Mark Green admonishing Sibson for a hold. So his number's now piling up. And we give him one punch landed and give him momentum because of the foul. We always award one punch to the fouler. 4 and a 4 in the 2-minute segment of round 3. 4 and a 4. And this will be Sibson inside the 41. Will score. Scores 2 punches. And nothing on Clark's card to defend that. On to the next segment. Uno dos. 1 and a 2. It's toe-to-toe time. And it's Sibson firing first at 21. 21 inside is good for 3 punches landed. He's up to 6 and he has the lead. Clark's counter is a 2. So his lead might be going bye-bye. It is not a clinch. It is a missed punch. Next segment, 4 and a 3. Sibson leading a round, which I believe is the first time we've had that happen in the fight. 4 and a 3. 4 and a 3. 3 means Clark goes first with his 2 stars to Sibson's 1. And inside is a 78. 78's a miss, and nothing with the D20s to indicate any further action is needed. 1 and a 6. 1 and a 6. Inside 37 for Clark. That is good for 2 punches landed. He we're tied in punches landed. 6-6, the 7. Not enough for a defensive move for Sibson. Last 2 segments of the round. 3 and a 3. 3 and a 3. Inside, it'll be Clark firing a 51, and he's a banger. So you know this is going to land for 2. And the 2 on the D20 means we have a chin check coming up. I will just check the defensive ratings. Yep, we can proceed to it. So we look at the chin KD. It is 5. Sibson hurt again in round 3. Exactly at the point where he fell in round 1. 4 and a 5, and Clark's going to blow this shot. The 90 is a miss on the outside. So, we have reached the end of round 3. This one was 8-6 in favor of Clark. He has won his 3rd straight round of the fight. Although Sibson has been getting closer. Sibson has been getting closer as the rounds have been wearing on. And I will check the chat in just a moment, folks. I didn't check the chat between the rounds last time, and that was just an omission on my part. Okay, so two punches were the difference. But the judges all see the round the same way, despite it being a relatively close 3rd round. Probably the closest of the 3 rounds we have had. Punch stat number is 25 for Sibson total in the last 3 rounds. Clark is at 42 through 3 rounds. Stamina numbers. Sibson now down to 28. Clark at 55. As we say hello for everybody viewing the fight right now. And if you're not viewing the fight now, you'll probably be catching it later on the tape replay, which I appreciate too. So we're going to move on, and we are going to start the 4th round. Move everybody back. Clark had momentum, I do believe, as the 3rd round came to an end. Again, we alert our stations. We're going to go to a station break after the 5th round. So be alert, you station jockeys. Okay. 1 and a 6. I used to be a board operator myself. I do know what that entails. 1 and a 6. 1 and a 6. 32. 32 for Clark. Inside. That is good. For 2. And let's see. The 3. Is it chin check time? It is. We check the chin of Sibson, a 4, and the chin KD number this time is 18. And his fans in England breathe a heavy sigh of relief as we move on to segment number 2 of round 4. 4 and a 6, and I see a lot of high numbers, so Somebody is going to miss here. 4 and a 6. It's Clark firing. It's a 75. 75 on the inside. Well, not even Mike Tyson could get inside with a 75. And nothing to counter with for Simpson, and we move on. 6 and a 3. I'm going to screw up before this fight's over and call him Simpson, like O.J. Simpson. 6 and a 3. It's inside 93. That is a clinch. And on we go. Next segment. 5 and a 5. 5 and a 5. 87 and 62 are the numbers in the D100, but it's a toe-to-toe exchange. Clark will go on the basis of only firing the only shot so far in the round. It's a 62 outside. No, a miss. And 87 outside is also a miss. So on to the next segment. Moving right along here in round 4. 4 and a 4. 4 is wild. Could probably do something with that in the video poker machines of Las Vegas. 4 and a 4. It is Sibson in control. 23 inside, and he has connected for a 3-punch salvo. Boom, boom, boom. And it's 3-2 in favor of Sibson as we go to 120 now left in the fourth. 2 and a 4. 2 and a 4. Sibson again. A 60 inside is a miss. The 8, not good enough for a counter. Next segment. Last 3 segments of round 4. 1 and a 4. 1 and a 4. This is toe-to-toe because nobody has a star. And Sibson goes first on the basis of that 3-punch salvo he just landed a couple of segments ago. 25. The 25 inside is good for 3 more punches landed to get him to 6. We look at Clark. The 28 outside will also land 3 punches. And when both fighters land the same number of punches in a toe-to-toe exchange, we stick with the fighter who had momentum going into the segment, which in this case is Sibson. 1 and a 3. 1 and a 3. I see that 19-2 looming large. As I tell you, Clark has landed 3 more punches. He is at 8 now. He has an 8-6 lead. We do a chin check on Simpson with the 2. Within the power number of Clark. Now, the chin KD, again, to remind you, is a 4 on Sibson, and the chin KD on the roll is a 10. Next segment. Last segment of the fourth. 2 and a 6. 2 and a 6, it's a 41. 41 inside for Sibson. Is going to get home. 2 punches landed. We could have a dead even round here. And we will, because the 10 and the 18 don't require any further action. Ding, ding, ding. This round was dead even, so Sibson has been making progress with the rounds progressing. This one, 8-8. By the way, the announcer who called HBO fights before Jim Lampley was Barry Tompkins. Barry Tompkins. Just thought I would throw that in. Okay, so 8-8, and this is going to lead to probably differing opinions as to who won the round. Okay. And we'll show you the score sheet as I take my break. After the 5th round, $19. Okay, I got it now. So with that, the punch stat number is 35 Sibson, 50 for Clark. So Sibson, like I said, he's been doing better as the rounds progress, but he's got a little bit of a window here of opportunity. He is down to 20 stamina, so if Clark has one more big round, he is in stamina trouble. Stamina hell, I guess you could call it. And Clark right now at 47. 47. That is his stamina total. As I pull up the chat. Okay. We welcome you one and all. Some of you could be watching this on my Facebook group page, which, by the way, has the same name as my YouTube channel. It's Big Pauly's World of Sports Sims. It's a Facebook group open to the public. But I administrate it, so don't get any wise ideas. And we are ready now for the 5th round, and I hope you are too. We take our time doing these fights, and I hope you all appreciate it. I like to go at a leisurely pace. Okay, Sibson got the last shot in, so he will have momentum as the 5th round starts. Should we immediately go to toe-to-toe, or go to toe-to-toe before Clark scores. So the next round, next roll, and off we go with round 5. It's a 2 and a 3. 2 and a 3. And this is a toe-to-toe exchange, so it does come into play. Sibson throws a 19 inside. That's a 3. He's up 3-0. But look at Clark's tally here. 93 inside is a clinch. Negates the 3 that Sibson just had. So we're at 0-0. Who's there? 2 and a 6. 2 and a 6. It's an 84. An 84 inside for Sibson. Another clinch. 3 and a 1. 3 and a 1 in the 3rd segment of round 5. 3 and a 1. That's going to be Clark throwing. He throws a 40. A 40. The number 40 is 2 punches landed. So he's up 2-0. And Sibson, his 68, is not going to land for... Actually, no, it was not a toe-to-toe. It was Clark firing. Next segment. 1 and a 4. I'm overcomplicating things. 1 and a 4. This is toe-to-toe. This is Clark that's going to fire first because he has the 2-0 lead right now. And his 4 outside is an 80. That's a miss. We go to Sibson. His 11 won't miss. It's just a matter of where it landed. That's good for 4. 4 punches landed. And on we go to the next segment. 140 now left in the midway round, round 5. 3 and a 6. 3 and a 6. It's Clark going first, but he's getting a little wild now. A 69 is a miss. No counter available to Sibson. We move on to the next segment. 3 and 5. 3 and 5. Clark in control again. A 12. A 12, and I see that 20 looming large. That's 4 punches landed for Clark. It's now 6-4 on the total. The 20 means we do a cut check on Sibson, and his number is atrocious. It's a 12. The cut number on the roll is a 5, meaning we're going to have to look at his chart. It's a 7 on the J1, swelling right eye. So he's getting busted up now. He has swelling on his right eye, a cut to the left eye, and now swelling to the right eye. So that's 3 different cuts and abrasions he has. And I'm going to check the cut chart real fast just to make sure. Okay, so we move on with no further action needed. 6 and a 4. See some low numbers on the D20, so this could loom large. 6 and a 4 means it's Sibson. He has thrown a 7 outside. Oh boy, this could be trouble for Clark. That moves Sibson to 8. Chin check coming. Chin check coming. Yes, it is a chin check. Because it's a 4 on the D20, and that is right on his power number. The chin KD is a 6. The chin KD is a 6. Clark is hurt. Clark is hurt. Sibson's going to get an uncontested shot. We've been telling you, Sibson has been progressing as the rounds have moved along. 61 inside, though. Bonk, 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 bonk. He misses. That's from The Price is Right, if you don't know. Last segment of the 5th round. See, I try to keep it light and entertaining here. 4 and a 1. 4 and a 1. Sibson has it because he just got the last shot off. He's up right now. 8-6. And with the 4 and a 1 on a toe-to-toe, 4 and a 1 and a toe-to-toe, inside he has thrown a 34. 34. Good for 2, it would appear. Yes, it's good for 2. He's at 10 for the round. But Clark gets to fire off a 1. A 1 inside. That's 5 punches landed. He's going to steal the round. But we have a power check coming to Sibson because the D20 was a 3 on his end. Again, the chin KD on Clark is 4. 5 or 6 he gets hurt. And the chin KD on the roll was a 19. So ding, 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 we have reached the end of the 5th round. And that was 11-10 for Jeff Clark. Clark has won all 5 rounds if you just look at punches landed. So Sibson has a wall to climb here to get back in the fight. But if you think this is over, go watch the Barney Ross-Carmen Basilio fight I just did Saturday. By the way, our next series of fights will be either Friday or Sunday. I do not know yet. Depends on what happens personally during the course of the week. And this is going to be a split judgment as to who won the round. And we will show you the cards as it stands at the halfway home point of the fight, which we are now at. 5 rounds down, 5 rounds to go. Punch stat numbers: 43 for Sibson, 61 for Clark. Stamina check right now, it is 37 left for Clark, 9 left for Sibson. So if Clark could score a 9 or more in the 6th round, then Sibson goes on empty. And I just noticed that I haven't been showing you this graphic all the first part of the fight. Okay, folks, I'm sorry. I've been whistling Dixie all fight long. Probably a good time for me to take a break. And I'll explain to you what happened when I get back. So you take a look at the scorecard, and we'll have some more boxing action for you in a moment. So within the past couple of days, I have downloaded OBS Streamlabs, and it operates a lot like OBS Studio does, to the point where you see things in you could split the monitors. You could have 2 monitors set up, and what I was looking at was what the monitor was saying on cue. And not, this happened to me a lot when I was in radio. You think you're hearing something that's going out over the air, but it's actually something that you have just queued up. So here are the graphics, with my apologies for them not working the first half of the fight. And I will say this as cleanly as I can. Stuff happens when you do these broadcasts, so my apologies. For those of you tuning in or will tune in. So we go to the 6th round, and you saw the scorecards. Clark doing well, but we will see Sibson has been gaining momentum as the fight has been wearing on. So let's see what happens as we go now to the 6th round. He says very slowly as he checks a couple things out. Okay. 2 and a 1. 2 and a 1 to start round 6, where Sibson can't take too many more punches before he starts getting tired. He's off to a good start because he has momentum in this segment. It's a 40. The 40 is good for 2 shots landed. He is up 2-0. So that is a good start for Tony Sibson as we move on to the next round. 3 and a 1, 3 and a 1. This is going to be Clark in control. It's a 71 inside. That's a miss. And Clark's number is too high for a counter. 3 and a 2. Well, this could be a very interesting segment. 3 and a 2. It's toe-to-toe. It is Sibson going first. And both of these guys throwing punches with bad intentions, as Kevin Rooney used to say, the first manager of Mike Tyson. So 43 is good for 2 more shots landed for Sibson, and we will have a chin check coming. But let's first take a look at Clark. The 2 outside a 1. That's good for 5. So we're at 5-4, Clark. But now Clark has a chin check coming with the 4 being thrown. And this is probably the last round that Sibson's going to be able to throw these heavy shots the way things look now. The chin KD though in 18, and that's not good enough for Sibson to knock him out. 4 and a 1. In control is going to be Clark, and I will turn on some light here. As I note, it is getting a little darker outside. 4 and a 1. It's toe-to-toe again. Clark will have control because he landed 5 shots to Sibson's 2 in the last round. It's a 63 inside. It's not going to land. It's a miss. We go to Sibson. Sibson really needs a big round here if he can get it. It's a 10 inside, good for 4 shots. And we're now at 8-5 in favor of... And hold on here, folks. The 10, there's a chin check coming. A chin check coming to Sibson. Wait a minute. Let's redo this round here. 4 and a 1, okay? Let me just recreate this here, because it was 5-4 going into the segment, and Clark had momentum. Okay, the 63 was a miss. 63 was a miss for Clark. So let me just look at this again. The 4 was an inside, was 10, was for good for 4. So we know that part is right. Chin check to Clark coming up here because it was a 3 on the D20. See, if you talk it through, you're going to get it right. The chin KD number is 4 on Clark, and on the roll it was 12. So all that for nothing. 3 and a 6, 3 and a 6. 3 and a 6 means it's Clark firing first. It's a 60 and only. 60 on the inside, not good enough. And no counter. 4 and a 5 with 120 left in the 6th round. A 4 and a 5. Outside, Clark will be in control, but it's an 86 outside. That is a miss for 2. We'll check the counter range on Sibson, and he lands 2 more to get the 10. It's 10-5. Clark trailing now by 5 punches landed. We go to the next segment. 2 and a 4. Clark's got to get it going here if he wants to keep his streak going. But Sibson's going to be in control. It's a 72 on the inside. No good. And Clark's number too high for a counter. Next segment. Last 2 segments of round 6. 5 and a 5, 5 and a 5. It's a toe-to-toe exchange, and Sibson goes first. He throws a 54. A 54 outside is a miss. Clark, a 15. 15 being on the outside. That is good for 3 punches landed, and it is now 8 in total for Clark. 10-8. And we go to the last segment of round 6. 3 and a 5. 3 and a 5. Outside for Clark. He is in control, and only Clark is in control. And 18. The 18 is going to be 3 more punches landed. Okay, as I double check things. That gets him to 11 again. And we have another 11-10 finish. Clark wins another round. How about that? Same way he won the last one. So Sibson is now going to be fatigued for the remainder of the fight, rounds 7, 8, 9, 10, and I do it as the rounds pass. So at 11-10, that's a one-punch margin. And we are again looking up what the judges are going to do here. Okay. Tabulating what the judges have decided upon. And there you see it. Punched at numbers, 53 Sibson, 72 Clark. But now Clark will have Sibson fatigued the rest of the fight, meaning we use the numbers on the right side of Sibson's card. And for every salvo, he loses a punch landed. Clark has control to start the 7th round. Very pleasant, good evening to you all on the East Coast, and a pleasant late afternoon to you all on the West. And if you're England, you're probably up way too late. Okay, folks, we're getting ready to do round 7. And here we go, a 2 and a 2. We'll start things off. Deuce is wild, which goes Sibson way. Now remember, one punch off for every salvo because he is tired. 41. If he lands the home run punch, it still counts because you bypass the power numbers on a home run check. A D100 of a nothing, of a 0, a naught. 41 is good for 2 for Sibson. We still have one more fight to do after this. 6 and a 2, 6 and a 2. Sibson's in control on toe-to-toe exchanges, should there be one, before Clark gets something going here. 6 and a 2. It's another control situation for Sibson, but his 46 is just going to miss. We checked the counter on Clark, and he lands 2, and he gets momentum. On to the 3rd segment of round 7. 5 and a 2. 5 and a 2. Outside Sibson, 87. That's a miss. No counters. 3 and a 1 in the 4th segment of the 7th round. 76 inside is a miss. No counters. 3 and a 1. 3 and a 1. 64. A 64 inside is a miss. For Clark, we'll check the counter number on Sibson. He lands 2 punches, which, by the way, become 1, and he loses 1 per salvo. So it's 2, actually, for Sibson. Thought I forgot about that, didn't you? 4 and a 2. 4 and a 2. Which will go Sibson's way again. A 49. 49 inside might land. It does. It's good for what would be 2, but it's still 1. So the steam going out of his punches. It's a cut check. It's a cut check for Clark here because it was still a 19 on the D20, and that still counts as a cut check. And the cut number is 14, and Clark's cut number is an 8. We move on. It right now is 3-2 in favor of Sibson. Sibson looking to win his first round unofficially of the fight. 5 and a 4. 5 and a 4. Going to be a 42 for Sibson. He will control. That just hits for 2. And again, because he is fatigued, that is a 1 punch connected on the salvo. No other, but we have a 4. Okay, but because he is fatigued, his power ranking goes down to 1. So that is not a chin check. A 4 and a 5. A 4 and a 5. Next to last segment of round 7. 4 and a 5. On the outside, it is Clark going at 23. 23, good for 3. And that's now 5-5. Isn't it amazing how many rounds Clark is stealing in the last few segments of the round? We're now at 5-5. Oh, by the way, we have a cut check coming for Clark, for Sibson, I beg your pardon, because a 19 was on the D20. First, we'll check. We do not have a defense check, which I would have done first. But let's see here. Okay, the cut check. This is a 2, so this is well within his number of 12. We look at the 4 on the J1, swelling on the left eye. Oh my goodness. That is the second time that has come up. It comes up in the 7th round. So his left eye getting swollen like a grapefruit right now. I have noted the second cut with SLE2, and the third time you start checking. To see whether or not the fight is stopped. And on we go. Actually, this will be the last segment of the round coming up. 6 and a 4, and I see a lot of low numbers here. 6 and a 4. It's Sibson in control. 5 is the number. 5 on the outside. Good for 4, which becomes 3. The 1 lands on the D20. This is a chin check for Clark coming up. As I double check the numbers. Okay, chin KD a 13. Did he hurt Clark again? He did not. And we end the 7th round. Ding, ding, ding. And let's see what the totals were here. 7-5, Sibson. Sibson finally wins a round. How about that? So it's 7 punches landed for Sibson, 5 for Clark. Clark's stamina now down to 27. Punch stat numbers are now 77 to 60 in favor of Clark. And we are going to do the judicial check here, which we are now doing. So 7-5. And suddenly I've lost my idiot sheet. Actually, it was right behind here. Okay. 7-5. Okay, so we are slowly but surely getting the judges' totals. Okay. And judge number 3, and then we are done. With this round, anyway. All right. So as I've been saying, Sibson has been making progress with every round, and even though he was tired, started to fatigue in the 7th round, looks like he may have won the round. Tony Sibson, yes. Tony Sibson, now Red Sox fan. Hello to you this evening. I was just watching his fight before I did this with Marvin Hagler. This is Tony Sibson. I know I say Sibson like Simpson. I know that's where the point of confusion might have been. All right, on to round number 8. 5 and a 6 to start the 5th round. 8th round. 5 and a 6. It's Sibson again. He's in control. It's a 44. A 44 outside. Just misses. And no counter, so we move on. 4 and a 5, 4 and a 5, second segment of round 8. 4 and a 5. This is going to be Clark in control on the outside. The 89 is going to miss. Move on. MoveOn.org. 4 and a 5. 4 and a 5. Clark again. 78 is going to be a miss. No counter for Sibson. So we're moving right along. Fourth segment of the 8th round. 5 and a 3. 5 and a 3. Toe-to-toe exchange. Sibson goes first. The 94. The 94 outside is a clinch. And we move to the next segment. 3 and a 2. 3 and a 2. Toe-to-toe exchange. Sibson fires first. 78. 78 on the outside is a no-go, but Clark, oh boy, I see some low numbers here for him. 11, good for 4. Remember, Sibson is tired, and he gets a one-punch reduction every salvo. The 3 is going to be a chin check on Sibson. His KD number now moves up to 6. I beg your pardon, 5. And he gets hurt on a 7 or less. The number is 11, so Sibson escapes again. Sibson is all kinds of busted up. Swelling on the left eye, cut on the left eye, swelling on the right eye, then swelling on the left eye a second time. 1 and a 4. 1 and a 4. He's getting harder to look at. His face turning into red meat. 1 and a 4. Kind of like the mystery meat you would get when you were a kid at the cafeteria. 1 and a 4. 1 and a 4. It is 68. 68 on the outside is going to be a miss. 57. 57. The 57 in is also going to be a miss. So we've had a very quiet 8th round so far. 2 and a 4. Home run punch. The homebrew home run punch might come in here. It will not because Sibson is in control. 84 inside. Clinch City. Last segment. Next to last segment of the 8th round. 4 and a 5. 4 and a 5. Outside, Clark, 27. The 27 is good for 3. He's up 7-0. Going to the last segment of the 8th. 6 and a 1. Possible home run punch here for Simpson. 6 and a 1. Toe-to-toe. So this is going to happen. 52. 52 inside. Connects for 2. But the home run punch landed for Simpson, which is going to be outside a 0. The dreaded 0. Kind of like on the roulette wheel. When you get a 0, everybody loses who didn't bet on it. So this is an automatic chin check for Clark. His chin KD is 4. He's hurt on 5 or 6. It's a 9. And by the way, the 5 turns into a 4 because of Simpson's fatigue impairment. Ding, 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 end of round 8. This went 8-4 in favor of Mr. Jeff Clark. Jeff Clark winning by 4 in that round. Clark has been winning a lot of rounds close. The Joplin Ghost, rumored to have been the uncle of Jersey Joe Walcott. So 12-1-1. Okay. I am seeing how the round is being adjudicated. 10, 9. Okay, so we go to the 9th round. Let me just check everything real fast. Yep, I was just looking at that fight on HBO, Al. Right before I looked at a fight Sibson did, and I looked at a fight that's one of the fighters we're going to have up next, which is going to be Gene Fullmer and Ace Hudkins. That's our next fight. I should probably promote it a little bit here. So stay tuned for that. We'll get going with that as soon as this fight's over. We'll take a brief pause, maybe for about 5 minutes, uh, get some things straightened out. Probably try to get a little more light in here. Okay, ninth round, we're underway. 5 and a 4. Let's reset the tokens. 5 and a 4. We'll give Sibson momentum here. Believe he got the shot in to win the round. 5 and a 4. 5 and a 4. Okay, so it's 5 is outside. A 48 is a miss for Sibson. And on we go. 2-6. 2-6 this time. 2-6. That is a 33 inside for Sibson, which is a 2-punch salvo, which turns into an uno because he is fatigued. 5 and a 6. 5 and a 6. We are in the third segment of round 9. 5 and a 6. This one going Sibson's way again. 43. 43 outside. Just misses. And the counter number 2 high for Clark. 2 and a 6. 2 and a 6. Sibson in control again. He's getting all the right rolls. 45. 45 this time inside. That's going to land. That's one more punch landing. But a counter. The 4 does not come into play because he is fatigued and his fatigue power number is a 1. But the 2 is going to come into play. That's a defensive 1 punch off. So we're back to square one. 1-0 right now as we go to 140 in round 9. 6-1. 6-1. This is, let's see, a 6 and a 1. 6 and a 1. Toe-to-toe, but Sibson goes first. 28. Is that a 1 I am seeing? No, that's a 4. That's a 4. So the 28 outside is going to land good for... Let me see here. It's 28. So it's 2 punches landed because it was a 3. And let's see. 6-1. 6-1. Okay, toe-to-toe exchange, so Clark gets to fire. 29. A 29 inside. Good for 3. Okay, so we're at 3-3. As we go now to the next segment. 5 and a 1. 5 and a 1. Outside. Outside. Sibson in control, but it's an 88 outside. That's a miss. And the numbers are too high to be countered. 5 and a 2 in the next segment. 1 minute left in the ninth. 5 and a 2. 5 and a 2. Sibson again, but it's going to be another miss. He's kind of wild at the moment. No counters available. Next to last segment of the ninth. 6 and a 5. The 6 and a 5. 2 stars. Clark goes. It's 94. And 94 is some more clinch city. Last segment of round 9. I didn't think we would get this far. Deuce is wild. Sibson fires. 25 inside. 25 inside is good for 3. Which goes down to 2 because Sibson is fatigued. So that's the end of the ninth round. 5-3. Clark will have enough stamina to get through the round. Get through the fight, I beg your pardon. So Sibson wins another round. How about that? Five and a 3. 5 and a 3. 2-punch margin. Okay. Well, let's just be plain about it. Going into this last round with the punch number 69 for Sibson and 88 for Clark, Simpson's going to need a knockout to win. Yes, indeed. So that's where we are. He is fatigued. Clark could get through the remainder of the fight unfatigued. Touch him up. 10th round, final round, coming up. 2 and a 6. 2 and a 6. It's Sibson in control. You know he has work to do, but he's not going to be able to do it here. 31 inside. 31 inside, good for 3, which becomes 2 because of his fatigue impairment. On to the next segment. 4 and a 1. 4 and a 1. Toe to toe. Sibson goes first. 55. The 55 inside just misses. And Clark cannot connect on that 75 inside. He's got good inside range, but not to be on that one. 1 and a 4. 1 and a 4. Toe to toe again. Sibson goes again. 67. The 67 inside. That is his strong suit, but it's another miss. Clark with the 83 outside. Another miss. Both these guys getting tired, and both these guys could use a little more proficiency. 4 and a 2. 4 and a 2. It's Sibson who goes. This is going to be a miss. 75. And on we go to the next round. 3 and a 4. 3 and a 4. Okay, 3 and a 4. Another toe-to-toe exchange. Another Sibson episode here. It's 40. It's 42, which becomes 1. I believe that makes it 3-0 Sibson in this round. On to the next segment. 1 and a 5. Ooh, 1 and a 5. If Sibson has control, we're looking at a foul here. We are not. It's Clark outside. 89 is a miss. You look to the counters, potential counters for Sibson. It's 2 on a cross, which becomes 1. And it's now 4-0 Sibson. But he is running out of time. Desperately running out of time. 3 and a 6. Oh boy, we got something here maybe. No, we do not, because you see that 0 up there, but it's Clark that's going to be in control. It is a miss. Sibson can't counter back. 40 seconds left in the 10th. 4 and a 1. 4 and a 1, which means it's toe-to-toe time again. Sibson, the 34. The 34 inside is going to be good for one more punch landed. He's at 5-0 right now. The counter for Clark. Outside 42, that's going to land for 2. So it's 5-2 going into the last segment of the 10th and final round. And would you believe it? A 5 and a 1. 5 and a 1. Sibson's going to have control. He's going to take a last desperation swing at Clark here. 5 punches landed, getting him to 8. Sorry, getting him to 9 because it was 5, and you reduce 1, you get to 4. The chin check, though, a 20. A 20 on Clark, so that's an automatic chin check whenever you see a 0 on the D100 when somebody has landed a successful punch. That's my little rule, my little homebrew rule, and that countermands any fatigue situation you may be in. So Sibson won the last round. I believe it was a shutout. No, Clark got to 2. It was 9-2 Sibson. But as you were about to see, it was not enough. Total punches landed in the fight. 78 for Sibson, who appears to have fallen short here. And 90 for Clark. And all we have to do is do the last part of the judging. 7 punches was the margin. And Sibson won the round convincingly on the judges' scorecard. And right now I am about to play ring announcer and give you the final totals of this fight. And we have it ready. Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of boxing, we have a unanimous decision. Judge number 1 scores the fight 97-93. Judge number 2 scores the fight the same way, 97-93. The third judge scores the fight 96-95. The winner by unanimous decision, the Joplin Ghost, Jeff Clark. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Jeff Clark, your winner. As night is fastly descending here in Pinellas Park, Florida, a good fight. Clark wins. And I will not be using the Excel score sheet for the next fight, which will be Gene Fullmer and Ace Hudkins. And that'll be a bombastic battle, for sure. Both Fullmer could throw. I was also watching, audience, the second fight in 57 between Sugar Ray Robertson and Gene Fullmer. It was a one-punch knockout that Fullmer won the title. Robertson won the title back on. But we are going to take a 5-minute break. I'll show you the slideshow. Hello, Anthony from Bleacher Bums Gaming. Glad to have you on board. We have just completed the first fight. We're going to move on to the second in about 5 minutes' time. Going to do a reset. Going to try to get a little better lighting. I have to reset the graphics on my main screen. So I'm going to show you the slideshow, and I'll talk to you while I am doing everything. So that was a good first fight, really. Sibson had his moments, and it seemed like he could have gotten it together anytime he wanted to. Just didn't work out for him. Gene Fullmer, a very interesting fighter. Been looking forward to do his first fight. I'm gonna move some lighting around, and if I am unsuccessful, the stream will end, and I'll just come back. Okay, am I spelling Fullmer's last name correctly? No, I am not. Okay, no, actually, I was. Okay. So stand by, folks. One task accomplished, the other one still remaining to perform. Okay, gang, I am back. Hope you all are hearing me. We are just about ready to start fight number 2, and I will be doing the scoring of this fight, as I have been mentioning, via paper. So I am getting this out now, standing this at the ready. Let there be light. There we go. So on to the second fight tonight, Gene Fullmer and Ace Hudkins. Should probably keep the score sheet where I could get to it. There we go. So we'll introduce the participants. As Alan Anthony continuing their scintillating conversation, and I mean that with all sincerity. Gene Fullmer, 55-6-3 in his career, 24 wins coming by way of knockout. His power, 3-6 when the opponent is hurt, and when he is fatigued, it goes down to a 1 and a 4. Chin KD, 3-5, a 4 or a 5 will hurt him. And when he is fatigued, it goes to 4, a 5 or a 6 will hurt him. Chin KO, 2 when he's fine, 4 when he's not. Will, 3 when he is fine, 5 when he is not. The cut number an 8, the foul number a 10. So he is a bit of a fouler. His starting stamina is pretty good. It's a 90, and I have that so noted on my sheet. And I will set up things accordingly. Ace Hudkins is his opposition. I believe he was called the Nebraska Tiger. He had a record of 64-16-12. Was a bit of a vagabond back in the Depression era. Don't believe he ever won a major championship, but he was always in contention for one. Fought for a few state titles, but never won the big one. Okay, his numbers, the power numbers on him, 2 and a 4. When hurt, it goes down to 1 and 2. Chin KD, 2 and 4. When hurt, 3 and 5. By the way, let me do the range numbers on Fullmer. Fullmer's inside range is devastating. It's 59. On the outside, it's 43. Fullmer, you check his D20 on a 5 or less when his opponent misses, or the Fullmer can throw a counter. On a counter, his range is a 6. Now, getting back to Hudkins, we'll pick up at his will rating. Chin KO is 2 and 4. Will is 3 and 4. Cut is a 5. Foul is a 10, so we're going to have some fouls. Kenny Bayless is the official tonight for this fight, and it's +1 on fouls when he officiates. So both these guys are going to need some kind rolls to stay out of trouble. The inside range on Hudkins is 55, so you're going to have a couple of bangers in this fight. And the outside number on his range of 44. You check his D20 if on a 5 for defense and on a 6 on the counter. So off we go. We're going to get this fight started. We're going to do a re-roll. First, we're going to reset, because I don't usually do multiple fights. We're doing one tonight. And off we go. 4 and a 1 in this second fight of Big Pauly's Fight Night. First doubleheader we have had since the very first Big Pauly's Fight Night, when we had a couple of heavyweights doing battle. Heavyweight fights for you then. It was Sultan and Dragunov and Muhammad Ali winning the doubleheader on that. They're scheduled to fight again here in about a week. So we could turn the score sheet off. We won't be needing it. We'll be doing it on paper. 4 and a 1. It's toe-to-toe to start the fight. Let's do a quick die roll to see who gets to go first. I'll just do an odd and even. It's a 0. So Hudkins gets to go first on his punches. A 9 outside is good for 4 punches landed. getting him to 4. Fullmer, that 88 of his, well, he's got great numbers on the inside, but they're not that great. That's a clinch, negating the 4 punches landed for Hudkins. We move on to the next segment, 6 and a 1. 6 and a 1, it's a toe-to-toe exchange. Toe-to-toe exchange, it goes to Hudkins, based on the die roll we just did. It's 81, it's a miss. It's a miss. Fullmer throws the 24. The 24 outside. Good for 3. And we'll check the power check. No, because Fullmer's power ranking is a 3. You'd think it would be way higher. Just offhand. 1 and 1, 1 and 1. Toe-to-toe again. And it's Fullmer who goes first this time. With the 54 inside, that's going to land because he's got incredible range. That's 2, getting him to 5. And we check on the outside. A miss for Hudkins, and we move on. 6 and a 5. 6 and a 5. We're on the inside with Hudkins here. It's a 6. It is a 6. On the inside, that is good. 4 punches landed. So these guys can bang away on the inside. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, on toe-to-toe exchanges, the punches go up 1. The punches landed go up 1. So I think Fullmer got a 4. At least got 1 in on toe-to-toe. So I'm going to give him credit for 1 in the interests of fairness. So it's 6-4, not 5-4. 140 left. 1 and a 2, 1 and a 2. Yeah, Fullmer has the slug it out trait, and I forgot to mention that. Okay, a 53 inside. Oh, this could be trouble. This could be trouble for Hudkins. 53 is going to be good for 2, which gets into 8. And that's a 1 and a 2. So it's toe-to-toe, so he gets the 9. 1 more bonus point. Punch for that. We'll take a look at what Hudkins landed. He was on the inside. He landed a 40, good for 3. It's 9-7. Chin check coming for Hudkins. The chin KD number are 13. And Hudkins has a very good chin on him. It's a 2. Next segment. 4 and a 1. And here's where my homebrew rule might come in again. A 0. If the punch successfully lands and it's a 0, it is an automatic chin check. And we're going to see it because it's toe-to-toe. 0. 0 on the D100. 5, which will now be 6 punches landed, getting Fullmer to 15. We will check out Hudkins. He's at a 32 outside. That's good for 3, which becomes 4. And that gets him to 11, if my math is correct, which it might not be. Chin check coming for Hudkins. 16 is the chin KD number. It's a 2. So we move on. A very active first round. And we got fouls aplenty here as it's 2 and 2. Toe-to-toe exchange. Fullmer fires. And it's going to be a foul, which actually will be 2 punches landed, getting him to 17 instead of 1. And it's a double foul check, so we move Hudkins up 2 as well. So it's 17-13 in this round. But now let's check the fouls. The foul number on the possible low blow by Fullmer is 15. His foul ranking is 10. I will go to the J1 and look at Hudkins. It's 7. He has fouled. He has fouled. It's a low blow. It's a low blow against Hudkins. And it is the first infraction, so he will only be warned. But I have to note LB on the low blow. So we will move on. Next to last segment, round 1. 6 and a 1. 6 and a 1. This goes Fullmer's way. It's a 94, the 94 being a clinch, and that prevents any further action being taken. 1 and a 4. The 1 and a 4, 2 stars, 1 star. Fullmer will get a parting shot here. And it's a toe-to-toe exchange, so let me see here. No, it's not. It's 2 stars, 1 star. So Fullmer, the 29 inside, good for 3 more. He's at 20. It's 20 to 13 as we end the first round. Oh, doctor, it was a very active first round. Let's see here. It was 20 to 13 Fullmer, which I am so noting. Take my little cheat sheet here. Okay, and let's see. 13, 12, 20 were the rolls. Okay. Judges have given the totals up. Okay, round 1 in the books. Hudkins. Let's see. I want to call him Atkins, but his name is Hudkins, Ace Hudkins, the Nebraska Tiger. He threw a low blow. That was the only infraction we had in the round, but a very active first round. Hello, MV. How are you? I'll be checking in between rounds. Sorry I can't be a little more active with the chat. But we are in the second round of the second fight of our doubleheader that we have going tonight. I think Fullmer got the last shot in at the end of the first round. Signing in from the UK. It's got to be 1:25 in the morning there, right? All right, folks, we're going to go to the second round. I'll check back with the chat here in just a moment. Do a fresh roll, and off we go. 2 and 2, 2 and 2. Toe-to-toe exchange, and remember, it's Fullmer has the slug-it-out trait, so it's going to be a very active situation here. 33 inside is good for 3. And he gets a chin check, but let's first check Hudkins out. It's 23 inside. That's good for, and actually that should be 4 for Fullmer. The 23 inside gives Hudkins 4. This is going to be a losing fight. By the way, I forgot to give you the stamina numbers. Let's do that now before I forget. Hudkins was 80 coming in. He's now down to 60. Fullmer was 90 coming in. He's down to 77. Now we can do the chin check. Do the chin check here on Hudkins, the chin KD a 19, so no worries there. 2 and a 6. 2 and a 6 at the 240 mark of round number 2. That is going to be Fullmer. Fullmer will throw. Fullmer is very dangerous on the inside, but he's on the outside here. It's a miss. Counter of 3 coming for Hudkins, and he lands a punch for 2, so he's up now 6 to 4. And he gets momentum. Going to the third segment of round 2. I have a feeling this may not go long. Toe-to-toe again. Hudkins fires. It's a 6. Is a 6 on the outside. Good for 4. That's 10 for Hudkins now. And a cut check coming. Actually, no, we have to check. It's gonna come back because it's 287 inside. That's a clinch. So hold the phone here, and that negates the cut check. So on we go. 5 and a 2, 5 and a 2. It's going to be toe-to-toe again, which is right up Fullmer's alley. Hudkins again goes first because we had with the clinch it negates any scoring in the segment. 50, a 50 on the inside, good for 3 instead of 2, getting Hudkins up to 9. Okay, that is 50 on the inside. We go to Fullmer. Oh, do we have a chin check here? No, we do not, but we might have one with Fullmer's punch. A 5 is outside, a 41. Just gets in for 2. which becomes 3, moving Fullmer to 7. So this is a very, very busy round. It's 9-7 already, and we're at the 2-minute mark of the second round. The chin check coming for Hudkins because the 2 was inside of Fullmer's 3 power ranking. The chin KD is a 3, and Hudkins is hurt. Uncontested shot for Fullmer coming up. 3. It is a 3. We don't even look at the blue numbers. It's a 3. It's outside. It's a 4. It is a 4. That is 4 more punches landed, getting Fullmer to 11. And the 5 not being within his power range. We do a will check now. On Hudkins, he is fine. Kenny Bayless not stepping in, so on we go, 1 and a 2. But Fullmer in good shape here in round 2 in a bruising round. We've had some bruising battles in this fight so far. Another toe-to-toe exchange. Going Fullmer for 66. 66 inside. A miss. And Hudkins may have fouled for the second time in the fight. Yes, he has. We look at the foul number. The foul number is 11. And that will, with Kenny Bayless being the referee, that is a foul. It is a 2 on the foul chart. Low blow. I think that is the second time that has occurred. It has. That's the first time in Big Pauly's fight nights we've had the same foul committed twice. So it's LB2. Now, what do we do here? I will consult. And by the way, that was toe-to-toe, right? 1, 2. Yeah, that's a 2-puncher for Hudkins. He's at 11 now, so it's 11-11. But on the second low blow, it is a warning. It is a last warning Hudkins will get. The next low blow will cost him a point on that round's card. 5, 6s and 6s. 6s and 6s. 1 minute left in round number 2. 85. The 85 outside is a miss. No counter. Very active fight so far. 6 and a 3. 6 and a 3. 6, 3. Hudkins fires at 89, and 89 outside is a miss. We check the 8 just to be sure. No counter for Fullmer. Last segment, 5 and a 4. 5 and a 4. Outside. Inside, 2 stars outside to 1 star outside. It's Fullmer who will fire a 26. A 26 outside is a 3. And the 3 gets him to 14. He will win, technically, the second round. So it was 14-11. Whoops. There go my pieces. Oh, boy. This is what happens when you have too many things on a small table. So let me just move this back a little bit. It was 14-11. That I remember. And Fullmer will have control as we go to the third. So 14-11 makes it 46 stamina left for Hudkins. And we're now down to 56 for Fullmer. And that was a 3-punch margin. So we will look. Okay. And we're doing the tabulating on the cards. Okay, a surprising result on the judges' marks. Okay, we're on to the third round. We just double check the screen here. Everybody's saying hi to MV still. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We're up to 3 viewers. Thank you, guys. Okay. So we go to the third round. Very busy fight so far. We will say that. And it's 6 and a 3 to get us started in the third. 6 and a 3. It's Hudkins going first, but it's a 93. A 93 outside is a clinch, which breaks all bargains. We go 6 and a 2. A 6 and a 2. 6 and a 2. The 2. Let's see here. The 6 and the 2. It's Hudkins firing. A 21. 21 on the inside is a good shot. 4 punches landed. So Hudkins giving Fullmer everything and anything he wants. That's what I was trying to say. 4 and a 2. 4 and a 2. This is Hudkins again. Hudkins off to a hot start in the third. A 39. 39. 3 more punches landing. He's up to 7. And no counter from Fullmer. I was just watching Fullmer's second fight with Sugar Ray Robinson. Before I started doing the fights tonight. 1 and a 3. 1 and a 3. Toe-to-toe exchange. Hudkins goes because Fullmer hasn't landed a shot yet. 1 and a 3. 3 outside. A 27. 27 good for 3 more punches landed for Hudkins. No power check. But we check, which is actually 4 punches landed because of the toe-to-toe exchange. See, I remembered that. Okay, so Fullmer, the 28 inside. The 28 inside is 4 punches landed with the 1 punch bonus. Because he's a slug it out kind of fella. 5 and a 1. 5 and a 1. Looks like a good roll for Fullmer. It is. The 3 is good for 4 punches landed, getting him to 8. So it's 11-8 now. 16 and 7. Nothing to check on the rest of that. 5 and a 6. 5 and a 6. Outside. The 14. The 14 outside. Well, Fullmer has caught up. He's at 12 punches landed now. And on to the next segment. 6-3. 6-3. And this is going to be Hudkins, who got off to a good start in the third, but Fullmer has rallied back. 32, 32, 3 punches landed. Chin check coming up. Because of the 2 being right on the number for Hudkins. He was not a powerful fighter, but the way this fight's been going, you would think somebody would go down sooner or later. So the power number, a 2. The Chin KD number, a 2. The Chin KD on Fullmer, a 3. He is down. He is down. We checked the Chin KO. It's a 16. And on Fullmer's card, it is 2. Fullmer is hurt. Hudkins, who has scored the first knockdown of the fight at the 2-minute mark of round 2. And he gets a little bonus ball here with a uncontested action. Okay, but it's going to be a miss. 76 outside is a miss. On to our last segment of the third. What a fight we have had so far. 3 and a 6. 3 and a 6. Toe-to-toe exchange. Hudkins will be in control. His 65 looks like a miss because it is. Fullmer, 71 outside, another miss, but whew, what a few rounds we've been having here. This one was 14-12 with the knockdown in favor of Hudkins. So the 12 off of Hudkins gets his stamina down to 34. The 14 off of Fullmer, and his stamina number is down to 42. And this is a very easy round to score. Even though there was a 2-punch margin, this is a 10-8 round. But Fullmer's a good fighter. You know, he can get out of this. 10s across the board for Hudkins. As we check the chat, and I thank you all for your patience. Very entertaining brawl, Anthony. Yes, indeed, it has been. Hudkins will be in control to start the 4th round. Very active fight. It's one of those fights whoever gets the last punch in might win it. So we will start the 4th. Right now. 3 and a 2. 3 and a 2 to get the 4th round started. 3 and a 2. Inside, Hudkins in control. A 19. A 19. That is good for 4. Let's see. Was that toe-to-toe? It was not. It was Hudkins in control. The 8's too high for defensive and countermeasures. And we move on to the second segment of a very entertaining fight. We're in round 4 at the present. 5 and a 3. 5 and a 3. Toe-to-toe again. Hudkins will be in control first. And his 92 on the inside is a clinch. And on we go to the next segment. 4 and a 1. 4 and a 1. Toe-to-toe again. Hudkins again. 24. And the 24 on the inside is good for 3. Getting him to 7. No, not 4. Gets him to 7. I could still do math. We look at Fullmer. 4. 4 is inside. 2 is a 5-punch salvo. Actually, we give bonuses here for the toe-to-toe. It's a slug it out. So Fullmer picks up 6 on that. If my reclining chair could come back up. My reclining chair token is even amazed with all the damage being going on here. And yes, it gives Fullmer momentum going into the next segment. 1 and a 4. 1 and a 4. And this time Fullmer has it. 93 is going to be a clinch, which is a shame because that D20 number was a 1. It would have been a chin check for sure. 6 and a 4. 6 and a 4. Toe-to-toe again. Fullmer in control. 95 is a foul. 95 is a foul. And it's toe-to-toe, so he gets 2 punches landed instead of 1. We will check the numbers out for Hudkins. He has a 39. That's 3 punches landed for him. And that gets him to 6. 8 to 6 already. Let's check the foul on Fullmer. His foul number is a 10, which goes up to 11 because Kenny Bayless is the referee. The number is a 13. We move on. Very busy fight so far. 3 and a 2. 3 and a 2. It's Hudkins again. Hudkins with a tremendous showing so far in this fight. Clinch City, and nothing happens. 4 and a 6. 4 and a 6 in our next segment. We are down to the last 3 now. 4 and a 6. Inside, 31. 31. 3 punches land for Fullmer, getting him now to 9, 10, 11. And I double-checked the 4-6 to make sure. Oh, it is not. It was Fullmer in control the whole way. The 7 doesn't come into play in terms of defense. Okay, 2 and a 6. 2 and a 6 with 40 seconds left in the 4th. 2 and a 6. We go inside with Fullmer again. 17. Yes, 17. And that's good for 4 more punches landed, getting him to 15 on the round. So it's 15-6 going into the last segment. 5 and 5. 5 and 5. We are toe-to-toe again. So bonus punches landed perhaps. Fullmer in control. 21. 21 on the outside is 4 punches landed. He's at 19 for the round. Plus, you get the 1-point bonus. 21. which I have already given to him. Okay, that works. Just double checking. Yes, I am correct. So it was 4 punches landed. Hudkins, his 73 is going to be a miss, I am pretty sure. It is. Ding, ding, ding. We have completed 4 rounds some way, somehow. Got somebody going to the hospital. That one was 19-6 in favor of Fullmer. So even though Fullmer was knocked on his butt in the third, you have to wonder if that just fired Fullmer up a little bit. Okay. Fullmer's stamina down to 36, 15 now left for Hudkins. And with the margin being 19-6, that is an easy peasy round for Fullmer, except one of the judges gave Fullmer an extra point. We'll take a station break after this 5th round. Gets finished. Fullmer will be in control in momentum. Should we have a toe-to-toe exchange before anything happens scoring-wise? 4 rounds in the books. Very good fight so far. Lots of toe-to-toe action, which plays right into Fullmer's hands, because he gets the one punches landed bonus every time that happens. Oh goodness! 2 and a 5. 2 and a 5. Home run punch potential. My homebrew rule might come into play here. So the 2 and a 5 means Fullmer will be in control first on a toe-to-toe exchange. 2 and a 5. The 0, the dreaded 0, has come into play here. 5 punches landed, which turns into 6 for Fullmer. And nothing happening on the inside. That's just a near miss for Hudkins. Now, in my homebrew rule, if the 0 comes up and the punch successfully lands, it's an automatic chin check, regardless of whether or not the fighter is fatigued or not. It's just an automatic. It's the perfect punch. It's the exemplar punch. It's the punch Ali landed in a combination to Foreman in '74 that gave him the title. So we'll do a chin KD check. It is 3. Hudkins is hurt, and Fullmer gets a free load here. It is 6. It is 6 outside a 20. Cut check will be coming. Cut check will be coming. That is a 3. I do not do will check after the home run punch has been landed, because either it landed or it did not. Okay, so it's 3 getting Fullmer up to 9. We'll have a cut check coming. Actually, no, it is toe-to-toe. It is toe-to-toe. We'll do the cut check in a moment. 77 outside is not going to land. Now we could do the chin check. Cut check, I beg your pardon. It's a 20 on the D100. We'll go to the cut number. It's 9. And on Hudkins, he cuts on a 5, so we move on after all that. 3 and a 3. 3 and a 3. This is going Hudkins' way. And Hudkins has had his moments in this fight. He just knocked Fullmer down in round 3, 52. 52 outside is not going to score. And on we go. Yes, we do. 6 and a 1. The 6 and a 1. Toe-to-toe again. Toe-to-toe again. Fullmer will go again. On the outside, he has a 66. That's a miss. The 1 outside, the 68, is a miss. To the next segment, 6 and a 3. We are now at 1 minute, 40 seconds left in the 5th. 6 and a 3. The 6 and a trace. Hudkins again. A 62 outside is a miss, and no counter. 1 and a 6. Now Hudkins has the home run punch, possibly. 1 and a 6, but it's 2 stars, no stars. Hudson will not be able to throw it. It's a 93, and 93 inside is a clinch. Six and a 4. 6 and a 4. This is toe-to-toe. This is going to be Fullmer getting off first, and his 6 outside is a 90. That is just a miss. The 4 is an 81 outside. That is also a miss. And on we go. 4 and a 3. 4 and a 3. As I peruse the cards for the 100th time. Hudkins goes. A 72 outside is a miss. And we'll check the counter number on Fullmer. It's a 6. It's good for 2. So even when Fullmer is not in control, he is... I think he's at 10. He's either at 10 or 11. Which may not come into play. 2 and a 4. 2 and a 4. Actually, well, it would be 11 because it was... okay. I'm going to just put him back at 10 for the time being. It's probably not going to be a factor. 2 and a 4. It's not, because Fullmer's going to get the last shot off in the round. A 32. 32 inside, good for 3. He's at 13. 13-0 in favor of Fullmer. So that's an automatic win of the round for him. I like Anthony's rule that if you don't score a punch, you shouldn't be able to win the round. And I totally agree. 13-0. Hudkins is down to 2 stamina. So he will have enough for 1 round unless Fullmer is either shut out or he only gets 1 point. And with that, folks, I'm going to take a very, very brief break for water. Very good fight so far, but you gotta think Fullmer will take control of it eventually. But you never know. Hudkins could throw a shot, and that could be it for Fullmer. Like I said, I was just looking at his second fight with in Chicago with Sugar Ray Robertson. Robertson, 1 punch, all he needed. Done deal. So we'll now move on to the 6th round. And on we go. Let's put the tokens back into place. Fullmer will be in momentum control. 2 and a 4 to start off the 6th. 2 and a 4. Let's just double check one thing before I get started with the rounds being thrown. Punches being thrown here. Yes, I'm still in good shape. 2 and a 4. 2 and a 4. It's going to be Fullmer going first. His 22 inside is good for 4. And there was no toe-to-toe on that. With the 2-4 combination. Okay. On to the next segment. 2 and a 3. 2 and a 3. This time it's toe-to-toe. It's Fullmer who goes first. And an 87 inside has probably kept Hudkins from landing a shot. And we move on. 3-4 this time. 3-4. Outside, it is Hudkins in control. Last round he will be at full stamina. He will go into fatigue probably in the next round. In fact, he will, because Fullmer has already thrown the number he needed to put him there. So the 4 on the outside, the 27, is good for 3. And nothing else needs to happen. Okay, because it was just Hudkins in control. 3s this time. 3 and a 3. 3 and a 3. Hudkins again. The 42. The 42 outside. Good for 2 punches landed. He is now at 5, I believe. It's 5-3 going into... Is it 5-3 or 5-4? Oh, wait a minute, folks. There was a cut check that we need to do. So we'll do it. The cut number is 10. And Fullmer is fine. His cut number is an 8. 5 and a 5, 5 and a 5. 2 stars each way. Toe-to-toe exchange. Hudkins goes. Inside 85, a clinch. Nothing happens. Next segment. 5 and a 1, 5 and a 1. Fullmer goes. It's a 17. It's a 17 on the outside. And the 17 on the outside is good for 3, getting him now to... I think he's at 6. Okay, so 6. And the 5 and the 1 means Hudkins did not get any piece of that action. Next segment. Oh, Snake Eyes. 1 and 1. 1 and 1. Fullmer. 83. 83 is a clinch. Nothing else needs to happen. 40 seconds left in the 6th. 1 and a 6. 1 and a 6. 74. Inside for Fullmer is a miss. The 4 is a counter, though, for Hudkins. He lands a hook for 2 punches landed to get the 7. So it's 7-6 in favor of Hudkins. We go now to the last segment of the round. 1 and a 5, 1 and a 5. Toe-to-toe again. Hudkins goes. 12. 12 on the inside is good for 10. 12 on the inside. I'm not good for 10, of course. It's 4 punches landed. He's at 11 now. 11-7. We'll check the numbers on Fullmer, but nothing happens on his end. That's the end of the round. Hudkins took the round. Probably a round he needed, considering he goes on fatigue the rest of the fight. So this wound up being 11-7. Hudkins. And I will tabulate this. So the 11 off gets Fullmer down now to 25 stamina. And the 7 gets him to -5. I go into negative territory when he hits the fatigue wall. And I put fat in the margin, F-A-T, period, to remind myself that he is fatigued. Now, with the 11-7 margin, we check the scoring marks. And they will all see it. Well, actually, 2 of the 3 will see it one way. And the third judge will see it another way. Just to be contrarian. So we're getting ready to do the 7th round. Fullmer looks like he could go a few more rounds unless Hudkins gets busy. Now remember, with Hudkins now fatigued, he loses a punch on every salvo. From the point where the round after he gets fatigued, which is going to be the 7th, to the 8th, the 9th, the 10th. And Fullmer is still in good shape. Thanks for dropping by, Anthony. Got to go. Take care. Go Fullmer. We'll catch the ending later. Thank you very much, Al Red Sox fan. Thank you all for dropping by. This live stream we have done now goes past the 2-hour mark. But I like to have fun with these board games. Take a lot of time doing them, but that's fine. Okay, so we go now. Let's see here. We are in round 7, are we not? Yes, we are. And let's see. I never updated Fullmer's stamina numbers. Nothing off. Okay, I had it right. He is at 25. And yeah, he's down to -4. Hudkins is now in fatigue territory. So we move on to the 7th round. And off we go. 4 and a 3. 4 and a 3. Hudkins will be in control. That 95, though, looming large. He's already been called for 2 low blows. That is a foul. He'll pick up 1 point for the foul. The foul number 1, which is way inside of his range. If this is 1 to 8, he loses a point. It's a 6. It's a 6. 1 point off for the third low blow for Hudkins. Kenny Bayless grabbing Hudkins by the glove, and he is going to all the judges. 1 point. 1 point. 1 point. On the next low blow, he is disqualified because he has landed 3 low blows in the fight. He's pulling an Andy Galata on us. That is a 1 point deduction. So if he wins a round, 10-9, it will actually go down as 9-9. So we do another roll. 2 and a 1. 2 and a 1. Hudkins now 1 low blow away from a DQ. The 2, a 38. Fullmer is in control. The 38 is good for 3 punches landed, but you look at the defense on Hudkins. Actually, he should be at 0 because it was 1 punch, but you lose the punch on the fatigue reduction, so Hudkins could be at 0. But his counter here is going to be good for 1 point, 1 punch landed deduction. So Fullmer with 2. All the shots he's been taking to the groin, he'll be lucky to pee without bleeding. And that might be graphic, but that's what happened to Ali. He took so many shots in the third Frazier fight. He took so many punches to the belly or to the midriff that they say Ferdy Pacheco used to say that he urinated blood for quite a while after that third Ali fight. Graphic, but it's true. 4 and a 6, 4 and a 6. That is an 11. Fullmer in control, by the way. An 11 on the inside. That is good for 4 punches landed, getting to 6 now, the total. And we will have a cut check. We will have a cut check. Yes, we will. On Hudkins, because of the 19 on the D20. The cut number is a 2. And the cut number being a 2, that is within the number Hudkins has. Even though he is fatigued, the cut number stays the same. So let's see here. We'll go to the J1, which is a 5. Swelling under the left eye. Swelling under the left eye for Hudkins. And that won't help keeping his punches up. On to the next segment. 2 and a 3. 2 and a 3 this time. Toe-to-toe. Fullmer goes first. 30. 30 inside will be a big number for him. 3 punches landed. He's up to 9. He's up to 9. 6 and 3 is 9. 3 on the outside. A 31. 31 is 2 punches landed. It would be 3, but you take 1 off for 2, and a chance of a knockdown here because of 3. No, he is not a knockdown chance because he is now fatigued and his power number is 1. So on to the next segment. 5 and a 2. 5 and a 2. Fullmer dominating this 7th round so far. 5 for the 2. As he is systematically wearing down Ace Hudkins. 5 and a 2, 5 and a 2. It's outside. 2 stars each way. Toe-to-toe exchange, so this is +1. Except for Hudkins, anything he lands, it will just be normally scored. Okay, so Fullmer, the 30 outside, is a 3, which turns into a 4. He's now up to 13. We look at Hudkins' number, 43 inside. That was 3, but that now becomes 2. So it would be 3 with the 1 plus bonus on the slug it out, but being fatigued, he loses 1. It's now, let me just check the power numbers real fast. Nope, we can move on. 1 and a 3, 1 and a 3. Toe-to-toe again, Fullmer again, a 45. The 45 On the inside, good for 3 more. And he gets 4 for the toe-to-toe. So he's up 17. We'll look at the 3 outside, a 36. The 36 on the inside is 2. And it stays 2 because he doesn't get the 1-point bonus because you wipe it out due to his fatigue. Next segment. There we go. 1 and a 1. 1 and a 1. This will be Fullmer's throw. It's a 74, though, which is going to be a miss. And no counter for Hudkins. 3 and a 1 this time. Next to last segment. Fullmer needed to land 2 big shots to get the stoppage. He will not get it, though. A 1 for Hudkins. He is in control of 15. The 15 on the inside is good for 4. It would normally be 4, but it's 3. So it's 17-9. A very active 7th round. Hudkins given his all. No question about that. 4 and a 4. 4 and a 4. Another toe-to-toe exchange. Hudkins goes on the basis of winning the last segment. His 4 is a 90, a miss. Fullmer does not miss. His 4 is a 42. And the 42 is good for 4 more punches landed. He's at 21. And if he had 1 more segment, he probably would have stopped Hudkins right here. So it's 21-9. Ding, ding, ding. End of the 7th round. And 21-9. The 9 gets Fullmer's stamina down to 16. He might not make it through the fight. But the 21-9, the 21 off. I always do the negative numbers so I could figure out the punches landed. The punches landed after the fight and do the total on that. That's why I always keep negative numbers, and I still keep track of it even though Hudkins has hit the stamina level. So 21-9. 12 punches margin. Yeah, it was clear who won this round. And the low blow makes it a 10-8 round. The low blow early in round 7. So Fullmer is now down to 16 stamina, and that's all we care about because Hudkins has already hit his number. Fullmer will be in control to start the 7th round momentum, 8th round momentum-wise. 4 and a 4. 4 and a 4 to start the 8th round. Oh, let me just check chat real fast, see if anybody's... That's true. 8th round now. 4 and a 4. We'll get back to it here. 4 and a 4. Inside, outside. It's a toe-to-toe exchange. Fullmer gets to go first. 59. 59 on the inside. Might score. It does. And that is a wild hook that lands. That's 2 punches landed, but it's now 3 because he has the slug it out trait. And we will check now Hudkins' number, a 7. The 7 is 4 punches landed. It will stay at 4 because of his fatigue level. On to the next segment, 4 and a 1. 4 and a 1. Toe-to-toe again, but Hudkins goes first because he scored higher in the first segment. His 20 to the outside is good for 3, which stays 3 because we're slugging it out. The 4 is inside, 61 is a miss. So Hudkins won that segment too. 3 and a 3. Oh, here we go. 3 and a 3. Hudkins on the outside. He snaps some more punches in. He lands 4 punches, which becomes 3. But he's still scoring effectively here in round 8. Finding the second wind. 1 and a 5. 1 and a 5. Toe-to-toe again. Hudkins again. 13. The 13. Getting a lot of low numbers, which is what he needs right now. The 13 is 4. Good for threes at 13. We'll check Fullmer because he could land here, a 52. And the 52 inside for Fullmer scores, and that becomes a three-punch hit there. So Fullmer is at 6. It is now 13-6. A lot of business left here in the 8th round. Stand by, folks. 4 and a 3. 4 and a 3. Hudkins in control, but it's 69 to 69, not Divine. And that's a miss. And no other action needed or wanted. 3 and a 4. 3 and a 4. Outside, Hudkins again. The 99 has been rolled. It's an event check. We love our event checks here because you never know what's going to happen in one. The event number is 99. Woo! This should be good. Fighter traps opponent on ropes, lands multiple blows. Referee stops fight. TKO win. And we have had another shocking upset here on Big Pauly's Fight Night. Hudkins has just knocked out Fullmer with the 99 on the event chart. Fighter traps opponent on ropes, lands multiple blows, referee stops fight, TKO win. Hudkins has done it. He stuns Fullmer. And let's check the time. I do have some dice standing by, but as I showed you the first time I did Big Pauly's Fight Night a few weeks ago, they are not color coordinated. It's a 3. It's a 3. So we will adjudicate here. Okay, let's see. That is the 120 segment. So let me just do my math here real fast. It was the 6th segment. And the 3 in the 6th segment. Your stoppage time 151 into the 8th round. Ace Hudkins has pulled it off, and he has upset Gene Fullmer here tonight. Goes to show you, you never know what's going to happen on Big Pauly's Fight Night. It was 13-6 at the time of the stoppage. An event chart TKO, Anthony. How about that? Fullmer would have been down to 3, assuming he takes no other damage to start the 9th round. So, 87 punches landed for Hudkins. And Fullmer, if my math is correct, would be 82. 82 punches landed for Hudkins. And let's see here. You take the 6 off. 112 punches landed for Fullmer. And because the 8th round was completed, I'm just going to do for funsies the scoring here. Fullmer had 67. 67. I think he was leading the fight at the time of the stoppage. 66. On Judge 1, Judge 2, and Judge 3, respectively. Anthony, you read my mind. That's what I'm doing right now. I'll come on camera for a little bit. There was 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 punches, 6 off of 70. 67-64 is how the first judge did. Hudkins was a low blow away from losing the fight on the DQ. 66. Fullmer was leading. Fullmer was leading at the end of the fight. And let's see, 3 and 5. He was leading on all 3 cards. It was 67-66, 67-66, 66-65. That's how they saw it. So let me move the camera to me, if I can. There I am. And we could get rid of the scoring. Go to a... Yeah, that was a surprise. That was a real surprise. But the Carmen Basilio fight was a surprise, too. I'm a little too lighty here. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Don't want to burn myself either. Yeah. Yeah. This is how I look when I'm doing the fights. I wear my glasses. So the scoring through 7 rounds had it Fullmer's way. He was up by a point on all 3 cards, and then boom, out of the blue, he gets the event check TKO loss. So how about that, folks? Good matchup with these two. Definitely rematch worthy. Well, that might happen. That might happen a little further down the road because of the way I move the fighters up and down the ladders. Hudkins is now going to move to the silver division for winning the fight. He moves to Group 2, and Fullmer's going to move down to Group 4. He'll probably get an easier opponent when he is next paired, and I pick 1 fight to do per group, per division. And that's how I finally decided upon a good system. I wanted a system that kind of represented boxing because boxing is one of these sports where you don't have a set schedule like the other sports do. So I wanted something that kind of simulated that, and I think I have come up with a winner in all that. I hope I'm not too bright. Usually I'm too dark when I do these videos, but now I'm a little too bright. I haven't checked my phone or anything like that, because we did a simulcast on this on my Facebook groups, which has the same name as the YouTube channel, Big Pauly's World of Sports Sims. You could copy the name off of the YouTube page and you could put it in the search engine of Facebook, and my group will come up. And I just started this group last week. Let me see if I had any relevant some news, but I mean, I'm not really surprised by any of the news I am seeing. Before I forget, I also wanted to thank Rob ! For having me on his chat last night. Really appreciated all of that. So this was a good fight. This was a very, very good fight. Great drama in this game, Anthony. Glory Days Boxing. Who is in the silver with Hudkins? Good question. Good question. I could bring that up. And I could show it to you. Well, actually, I haven't done the stats yet, but I could do them real quick. I could do them real quick for you. It will be the 5 fighters who won their fights in the middleweight division. I got 10 more coming in, and they will start in bronze. And then we're going to go 20 for a while. And when somebody goes all the way down to the stone level, group 5, and they lose, they're out, and I bring another fighter in. That's how I've been doing it. Yeah, I could do the stats for you right here. Okay, we'll go to middleweights. And we could do this real fast. I'll bring up my score sheet here. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. I could make it darker if you need to, Anthony. So earlier tonight we had Sibson losing to Jeff Clark. So Clark gets the win. Oops, not 4 wins, 1 win. And Sibson lost. It was not a knockout, it was a decision. So Clark picks up 2 points, and Sibson loses 2 points. And Sibson goes to Group 4, the Iron Group, and Clark goes to Group 2. Then we just had Fullmer with the upset loss to Hudkins, which was a stoppage, so it's 3 points Hudkins' way. And let's see, that is 1, and you give 1 for the KO. So I'll sort this and I'll let you know, Anthony, who is in Group 2. We have nobody in Group 1 yet because we've only done this segment. Okay. Group 2 right now has 1, 2, 3, 4 fighters. Actually, it should have 5. I'm missing somebody here. Yeah, Fullmer should be in 4, and Hudkins should be in 2. And the 10 fighters I have debuting in the next stage will all be Group 3. And we'll have 1 fight in Group 2, 1 fight in Group 3, 1 fight in Group 4. Triple header idea in the next stage, which I'll be doing in the next few weeks. So in Group 2, we have Hudkins, Olajide, Michael the Silk Olajide, Jeff Clark, Lamar Parks, who upset Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. in an earlier fight that I did off camera, and Sugar Ray Seals. In 3, and these are the new fighters that I'm putting in to get to 20, get to the standard 20, Sam Solomon, Randy Turpin, Janity Gavolkin, Billy Joe Sanders, Charlie Berkey, Hugo Coro, Frank Kloss, Robbie Sims, Joey Giambra, and Corey Spinks. And in Group 4, I have Sibson, Chavez Jr., Barkley, Fullmer, and Simpion. So what I'll do is I'll take these 5 fighters and I'll do a random draw, and those fighters will be the fight I have in Group 2. And I'll do a random draw in Group 3. 2 of those fighters will be my Group 3 fight. And the same thing with Group 4. Do a random drawing among the 5. So that's how I roll with it. Took me a while to figure it out. But that's how I do it. Like I said, I wanted to simulate how to do the fights, with no set schedule. How to do the fights. Don't have everybody fight at the same time. Which is kind of like how boxing has worked through the years. GGG should join Silver in short order. I like the setup. Thanks very much, Anthony. Sometimes, the first month I had this game, I was racking my brain for a good little system, and I think I have found one here. I'll show you the other weight classes I have set up. I put 10 in for the welterweights, 10 in for the light heavyweights, and I only needed 2 for the heavyweights because heavyweights I already had 18 fighters. I'll go ahead and show you that, and let me just check. Yeah, I'm all set to go here for this, so I'll just show it to you real fast. Here we go. In this division, the welterweight division, it's Carmen Basilio, Carlos Palomino, and that's a good fight that could possibly be. Virgil Akins, Aaron Davis, Jorge Vaca, they are my silver group. Now the 10 fighters I have just pulled in the welterweight division, we're going to have some good fights with these. Joshua Clottey, Floyd Money Mayweather Jr., Pauly Malagany. You can tell I'm familiar with 20th century fighters and not 21st fighters all that much. Sugar Ray Leonard, I had a good draw with these. John Stracey, Jimmy McLarnin, Lloyd Hunnigan, great fighter from the 80s and 90s. Bobby Dykes, Vince Phillips, and Pete Ranzani. That's my Group 3. My Group 4, Oscar De La Hoya, Benny Paret, Barney Ross, Young Corbett III, and Andre Berto. Oh, that Group 4 is going to be murder for somebody. That Iron Group. So I'll just come back on. I'll get the light heavyweight set up. Now, on the light heavyweight division, we only have 2 fighters in 2. We have a few in 3. We had a draw between, let's see, who were the draw participants? And this is one of those fights I had off camera. It was Sutherland and Mike Quarry who drew. So that when on draw, they stay in the group they're in. And I could just show you that real fast. Okay, I think I have it all set up now. In this group, With 2 fights left to do in this stage in the light heavyweight division, which I'm going to do either Friday or Sunday. It's John Conte and Graciano Rocchigani who upset Virgil Hill. They are the Group 2 fighters so far. We got 4 fighters in Group. We got a whole bunch of fighters in Group 3 because of the draw. Corey, and here come the new fighters that I'm putting in with this next stage. Zulu Kid, Gus Lesinovich, Tommy Gibbons, great fighter, Matthew Saad Muhammad, Harold Johnson, Dennis Andres, a lot of 80 fighters, Tony Menifee, Tony Ballou, Tuffy Griffith, and Leo Lumsky, and 2 other fighters, Darius Meklashevsky and Andre Ward. They're going to have a fight on the undercard of the light heavyweight doubleheader that I'm going to do either Friday or Saturday. Joey Maxim and Bob Foster being the other fight that I'm going to do in a few days. And in Group 4 right now, I just have 2 fighters, Bert Lytell and Virgil Hill. And back to me, and I'll show you the heavyweights as things stand right now. We have 1 fight left to go in heavyweight stage 2. We have a couple of fighters already in gold. And I'll show you the lineup here. A little more spread out because I've had the extra stage in the light heavyweights. I have all the fighters cataloged in this segment, but not all of them are going to see play. We're going to have 20 at a time, just like the other weight classes. So it's a bigger list. Group 4 is brutal. Yeah, in that division. Yeah, Group 4 is going to be brutal. It's going to be the group of death, as they say in World Cup soccer. So in Group 1 right now, we got Dempsey and Foreman, but 1 more fighter is joining them unless Ali and Sultan and Ibragimov go to a draw. So 2 of those 3 fighters will fight. And what happens when somebody wins at the gold level, Group 1, that they put them in Group 0, the championship level, and we will just wait for whoever goes to Group 1 next, and then those 2 fight off, and then we'll have our first champion. In Group 2 right now, Ibragimov and Ali, but they're about to have a fight. That'll be the next fight that I do after the light heavyweights. I'm going to do Ibragimov and Ali. Chris Areola didn't look too good against Ruiz the other night. Evander Holyfield, Tyson Fury. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in Group 2, which is going to be 4 unless we have a draw. In Group 3 right now, Schmeling, Ruddock, Donovan Razor Ruddock, who has gone 1-1. Schmeling has gone 1-1. Jerry Coetzee, who I just drew, and Tom Sharkey, who I just drew into the group because I had 18. I only needed 2. In Group 4, we got some good fighters in Group 4. Stefan Tangstad, Jake Kilrain, Tony Tubbs, Mike Tyson, Andre Anderson, Bermain Stevern, Ozzy Ocasio, Gentleman James Corbett, and Buster Mathis. So that's our lineup, heading into the 3rd stage. So we'll have some good fights in Stage 3, 2/3. So, with that, I think I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you very much to Bleacher Bums Gaming and Anthony and Al Red Sox fan. We had some other people drop by. MV, SDG Replays. Check out all those wonderful channels as you check out mine. Tomorrow should be a very light night. I'm just going to do OOTP Perfect Team. Thursday's looking like it's going to be open. Might do Fight Night again Friday, or we might do it again Sunday, depending on how things go. And I thank you all so much for dropping by. This has been Big Pauly coming to you, wishing you all well. Stay safe.